Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Storytimers. It's me, Donna Vee, and I'm so excited to be here today. Today is Monday, July 12th, and it is going to be an amazing day for everybody, especially us here at Storytime. I'm so excited. I mean, it is a little bit muggy out here on the East Coast of New Jersey. I'm coming to you live from Nutley, New Jersey, 6 days a week, Sunday through Friday, back from vacation. Thanks for being there yesterday. Yesterday was such an incredible show. It was another on-location show at my friend Marcella's house, and she was so amazing, and she did such a great job reading Pete the Cat. And I have to tell you, adding in someone to read with or a studio audience has been so much fun. And I started doing it just last week. So honestly, if you want to be a part of something like that, or if you have a backyard and you have kids and they would love to be a studio audience for the show, you can email me at Storytime with Donna Vee. A preschool, a camp, you let me know. And if we can make it happen, we'll totally make it happen. But let's get on with the show. As you know, yesterday's letter was S, and it was Sunday, and today is T, and we have a new addition to the Storytime room, which is a huge print of the ASL alphabet in the back, which I was so excited to find at TJ Maxx, and I was like, I have to have that, so when I go on the road, I have an example of the ASL alphabet. T, what words start with T? Tradition, teamwork. Can you think of any? If you want to, you can put that right in the comments, and I'd love to put it up on the board. Good morning, Jim Tomlinson. So nice to see you all the way from California, from Fresno. I don't know what your weather's like today, but wow, I will tell you this, it is muggy here. And yes, truth, turtle. Good morning, Ryan, all the way from Ireland. How are you? So let's get started by talking about healthy habits and waking up with gratitude and kindness. And I had so much to be grateful for this morning when I woke up. And then I came over to Storytime after, of course, I brushed my teeth and made my bed, which is really important. And today we have some new books coming from a big bin of books on loan from our friend Lisa. And I love, Lisa's really good with the alliterative sentences. And she sent me one yesterday, and I had a little bit of a technical glitch. So we read one of her alliteration books. So if you watched it yesterday, Lisa, and you were wondering where your sentence was that you sent in, that's where it was. Hey, Holly, how are you? Hi, Patrick. Today, maybe we can have a phone call. What do you think? A little FaceTime? Let me know if you guys are free. I have a few hours free. I have so much to do today as I started writing my children's book, and I'm so excited about that. And now we should get on with it. You guys ready to do a little exercising? Get a little bit of motivation in the morning. And we know there are 26 letters in the alphabet, and 13 letters in is the letter M, and the space between M and N is the middle. So we shout middle. And then we go on with N through S, with a different exercise, and at S we yell switch, and we finish it off till Z. Frank Simon, nice to see you. Monday morning timer story. Awesome. I love that. Okay, I would totally love one of your alliterative sentences. Today's letter is T, or T. How about that? Daria. Hi, Daria. Good morning. Okay, so let's get our arms out. We're going to get ready to do seated jumping jacks with no spaghetti arms. I don't know if you saw Marcella yesterday, but she did an amazing job with doing her seated jumping jacks. There was not one moment of wiggle in her arms. I was very impressed by her exercises. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, middle, N, O, P, Q, R, S, switch, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. It's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing, right? Well, I'll tell you what, the reason why we do this every day is because learning through repetition is great. And practicing the alphabet is a great way for the little kids to learn the alphabet. And it's a great way for us to know just how many movements we want to do in our exercise alphabetized class. Maybe I'll do an entire Zumba class on just singing the alphabet. And maybe happy birthday. Oh, you know whose birthday today is? Ooh, today's birthday is Rob Epples. My friend Rob through comedy. Now, where did I put, let's see. Oh, there it is. The birthday hat, which happens to be holding the optimism jar, which I wrapped up in tissue paper to protect it from traveling because I brought it with me yesterday. You know what else you could use to protect in traveling? Sending people positive thoughts, love, and light, because it's so important. You want to make sure they get where they're going safely. But optimism is really important too. Trying to figure out what we can look at in a more positive way so that we realize that we have way more to be like excited and happy about and filled with joy about than there will ever be negative. Okay? So keep that in mind. But right now, we should totally sing happy birthday to Rob Epple. Let's do it. And if you know somebody that has a birthday, put it in the comments because we can always sing to them too. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rob. Happy birthday to you and many more. Yeah, yesterday was Natty Bumpercar's birthday, and now today's Rob Epple. A lot of comedians. A lot of people I know. There goes my bill. Some mornings are different than others. I'm not going to say better or worse, just different. Okay, now let's check out the letter T. Let's see if we can find it in our alphabet so we can see what boys and girls we need to shout out today. Don't forget, if you know a word that starts with the letter T and you want to share it, go for it. Maybe you might know a name. Let me see. A place, a person, a thing. Here we go. This is what it looks like. This is the uppercase, and this is the lowercase. Now check my handy-dandy list. Hey, Mike Coven. How are you? Yes, happy birthday, Rob. Nice seeing you. Thank you. Yeah, I took a little bit of time off of work, and I decided I needed a little bit of R&R and just be able to sleep in and meditate in the morning. It was pretty awesome. I golfed one day. So we started off with this ginormous list. And now what we do is each morning, I say good morning to the kids whose names start with the letter of the day. So let's just see if there might be another name with the letter T. Let me get my marker. I think there might be. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have a feeling there might be more. Maybe not. But if you know somebody that's not on this list and you want to add them, let me know. Oh, I found one. Got it. Okay, so let's say good morning. Ready? And good morning, TJ and Thomas and Tiffany, Tony, Tabia, and Tori. Nice to see you. Good morning. I hope you have an amazing morning. That's awesome. Okay. So what could you do to celebrate the fact that your name starts with the letter T and it's your turn to celebrate the letter of the day? You might recite a tongue twister. You might do a twirl. Who knows? Tap dancing lessons in your future? I don't know. But I will say this. I'm going to give this over to Alpha Bear. And let's see what else. Ooh, Frank Simon's alliterative sentence is up in the comments. I'm wondering if I should tackle that next. T, tackle. I think maybe that's a good idea. All right, are you ready? Okay, I'm not looking. Remember the rules. I have to try to say it quickly, and I have to try to say it without tripping, right? But we know, and if you saw yesterday's show, even little Marcella knows that you keep trying. You don't give up. It's really important. It's a great way to learn to read, and it's a great way to enjoy reading. So are you ready? Here we go. I'm not looking. Nope, I'm not looking. Oh no, I'm looking. Theodore thinks Thursday's third thirsty timers try tongue twisting triple times, traversing through a tsunami. Theodore thinks Thursday's third thirsty timers try tongue twisting triple times, traversing through a tsunami. Theodore thinks, Thursday's third Thursday timers try tongue twisting triple time, traversing through a tsunami. Well, I'll wait for the official word, but I have to say, the third time I did say Theodore's. I made it plural. So that would mean I have to make a note in my book that Frank Simon beat me today. But you know what? That's okay, because Frank Simon, I appreciate the fact that you are really good at writing sentences. Yeah, sometimes you can't help but trip. And then you know what you do, Victor? You get right back up and you keep trying. Victor, you're really good at reading and public speaking. I see your videos. They're amazing and very inspirational, I got to tell you. I love them. Okay, so let's just say this. Today is July what? 12th? July 12th, Frank Simon. It's going to go down in history that on the letter T, you tripped me up on my alliterative sentence. But that's okay. Still love you, bud. All right, so Frank versus Donna. And we're circling to F for Frank. Fine. Maybe it's because I didn't take my vitamins first. Perhaps we should have a little vitamin time. Do you know what vitamin time is, boys and girls? It's another time during our show where we practice healthy habits. Like we talk about getting up, waking up with so much gratitude and appreciation, making your bed, brushing your teeth, right? Good, I'm glad. And then we come over to story time. We practice other healthy habits like, drinking water. Drinking water's huge. Yes. All right, what do we have? We've got, good morning, Donna Vee. Good morning. Tripping T's, trust, truth, talk, tank, thoughts. Tripping T's, trust, truth, talk, tank, thoughts. Tripping T's, trust, truth, talk, tank, thoughts. That's a good one. Oh, that's a really good one. Yeah. Oh, no, I did not. That's for your name, Frank, not for fail. Nice. See, it's for your name. I circled it so that in my history book that I'm creating, my Storytime history book, it shows just how many times I fell. But that's okay, because you know what? There's just that many times that I succeeded and didn't give up. And that's the most important part. You know what else is a really good healthy habit, though? Drinking water. It's great because... Why? Well, it's great to stay hydrated, especially in summer. In this heat, it's hot outside. It's very humid. And our skin is our largest organ. We got to keep it hydrated. But do you hear like sometimes my throat gets scratchy? I have nodules on my vocal cords. Yeah. So I have to keep it nice and hydrated. And we should all stay hydrated. So I use my big bottle of water, which is, I look at it as more than half full, right? I try to drink as much as I can from 10 o'clock all the way down to noon and then refill it. I count to 5 so that I consistently drink the same amount of water, and I do it multiple times a day. Are you guys ready to drink some water? Okay. Water is something to totally be grateful for because it's also so good for you, and we're so lucky to have clean drinking water. I'm so grateful for that. So here we go. Perfect. You can pick whatever number is comfortable for you. Maybe you only want to take a sip until 3. Maybe you can go even longer than 5. Whatever it is, just drink your water and take your vitamins. So let's do that. It's vitamin time. You guys, yesterday Marcella and I took our vitamins together. And as you know, whoever chooses the correct combination of vitamins, maybe 2 of the same, 1 of each, and then don't forget, somewhere in here, oh, there it is a yellow, 2 yellow. I forgot I put 2 yellows in there from the last batch of vitamins I had. These were different colors. And you never, ever know what combination we're going to get. But why we do this is it's just fun to see the different combinations of vitamins that come out. But it's also a great opportunity to learn that you say, please may I have my vitamins? And thank you for the vitamins, because healthy habits and good manners go hand in hand. And it's really important to remember that. Frank Simon says 2 pinks. Okay. And you know what happens? Whenever somebody gets the correct amount or order, they get to pick a page from my favorite book, A Beginner's Guide to the Universe by author Mike Tooley. Uncommon Ideas for Living an Unusually Happy Life. And I do have an unusually happy life. Excuse me. So, you guys ready? Okay, get your guesses in. I'm not looking. I am not looking. This is the perfect time for you guys to take your vitamins too. If you have them at home, mine are chewy, they're gummy, and they're oh so yummy. But I will say they make me make funny faces because I just brushed my teeth with a minty toothpaste. All right, here we go. Are you ready to see the vitamins for today, July 12th, 2021? Hand number 1, pink. Ooh, Frank Simon, you're on your way to a win. Let's see what the other one is. 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, Frank. You may have won in the alliterative sentence category, but not in the vitamins. That means that we have to have someone else pick a page between 7 and 158. If not, then I'll let the universe pick it for us. Now, if you're taking your vitamins, remember, don't chew with your mouth open and don't talk with your mouth full. See if you can do it. It's a really good challenge. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Wow, that's pretty tart. I will say, I could drink some more water, or I could kind of enjoy it. It's a little bit like candy, even though it's not. Whoa. You can't have a do-over. I can't take more than 2 vitamins. You can only take the recommended daily dosage. And for me, it's 2. You have to ask a parent, an adult, an aunt, an uncle, a mom, a dad, somebody that's with you that maybe can help you choose your vitamins would be a good idea. But don't forget, don't take more than you're supposed to. Ooh, you know what I forgot today? The ASL alphabet. It's right behind me, and I totally forgot to practice. You think we should practice that? And then, maybe, Frank Simon, you should pick a page between 7 and 158. But first, we're going to practice our ASL alphabet. Are you ready? Let me show you what it looks like. It's a little easier if you see it on your own screen. This is what the beginning looks like. The A, the B, the C, and the D. Okay? Now let's go over here to see the whole alphabet. And this is when we practice. Now on Fridays we do No Peak Friday, but today is a Monday. So today we have the assistance of our picture. And I will be putting it back up and I will be practicing right along with you. So don't forget, if you're practicing and no one there is watching you, you're building a lot more than memory. And with exercise, more than muscle, you're building character. And that's something that you just can't buy. So, are you ready to try it? Here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. So exciting. So proud of you. That's awesome. Oh, it's great, right? Because I think, Krista, good morning, and thank you so much for saying that. I think it's so important to teach everyone that's watching something that they might not have learned before. And I will say this, my cousin Lauren is an interpreter, a sign language interpreter, and I've learned from middle school when I took it as a class that you just never know when it might come in handy, if you will, to discuss something, talk to someone that doesn't communicate the same way we do. So I think it's so important because it's very overlooked. I really do think so. All right, Frank Simon, page 73 it is. Let's see what the message is today. Page 73. So excited. Okay, here we go. You can change how you feel in the twinkling of an eye if you just change what you view as important. For whatever bothers you, not that it shouldn't, know that you are the reason it bothers you. The reason others might think they need you is because they won't believe they've already have all it takes to have all that they want. So they pretend you hold the key. And maybe sometimes you might be tempted to think the same about someone else. Practice seeing everything with spiritual eyes, and you'll find no predicament that can't be turned into an advantage, no foe who can't become a friend, and no burden that can't give you wings. Nice message, Frank Simon. Very uplifting. You know, it's true. A lot of times in life, we overlook certain things, and we try to figure out how are we supposed to handle every situation. Well, through the eyes of love. Really it is. And maybe it just takes a little bit longer than everyone involved would like. But just be patient and be kind, always. This is why I love our social distancing buddies. So this is Bartholomew. Bartholomew's been around since the beginning, March 21st of 2020. And he was our social distancing buddy to show everybody that even though we couldn't be near and close to our loved ones, we could take a hug, have a squeeze, have a moment, take a selfie, send it to our loved ones and say, hi, this hug is for you. I wish it was you, but it's not. But then what happened is it became a really great way to teach children an extension of what's inside of us, that this can represent what's inside of you. And it could be love and peace and joy. And by using this, we can send out lots of love, lots of peace all around the world to everyone that's watching, right? And together we can elevate the vibration of the global population. One good deed, one kind word at a time. Another way I love to spread joy and love and remind people that they can make themselves happier without anybody else would be music. And this little guy is Music Bear because he's got one of the guys from One Direction on him. See that? Who is this one again? Oh, it's Louis. So this became our Music Bear. We have music, we have our Bartholomew, and then you know what else we have? Where'd he go? Laughter. Silly goat. It's like a billy goat, but only tinier. It's like a giggle. So when you're feeling really sad, when you're feeling really down, find something to giggle about. Oh, I just noticed it says Marcella's name. See, I could be really upset that I didn't fix it. Or I could be like, oh, that's cute. Because you know what? She's here with me in spirit. And I'll tell you, she's one of the sweetest little girls. When my doggy, Yogi, was sick, she wrote me a note and filled it with candy. Now, for a little girl, that's a great way to show love, right? Because you're taking a message and you're filling it up with all things that are sweet and delicious. Well, here during story time, we like to fill our hearts up, our heart, our head, and our whole being up with love and peace and joy and send it out to everyone because that's the way that we communicate love. So join me with this one. Whoever you want to think about, put them right here in your head. Then you're going to think about them inside your heart. And then with a big beam of white light, you're going to send it out to them and they're going to return it. They don't even know it. And then mine is going to go out. Yours is going to go out. Together, it's like a big hug for the whole entire globe. So I want to just heal the earth, heal the world, right? We can do this together. I know it. We can tip the scales to positivity one day at a time. So you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. That's amazing. I love that. I love that we just did that together. I don't know if you felt it, but I certainly did. But one thing, too, you have to remember and teach the little ones that you don't have to wait to become an adult to do any of this. Kindness and love and light can be taught at a really young age. And another place that we have to show kindness, are you ready for this one? Is to ourselves. So that's why we do our I am statements. We bring our hands up, we take a nice deep breath in, and we say I am, and then and a really positive word. Excuse me. So today's letter is T. So it could be I am the tops. But you could say whatever it is that you want. Hey Lisa. Oh. So we're going to send out love and light for Lisa and her daughter and her family. And absolutely. So we just did our love and light. But guess what? Like I just said, you can send it out anytime, day or night. So let me find Cecilia will heal you. And we're going to hold on. We're going to send one more big beam of white light out to Lisa and her daughter and her whole family. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. It's okay. You don't have to worry about it. Listen, it's Lisa. Guess what? You have enough going on. And I will tell you this. I used your alliteration book yesterday. And I love you. And you know what's funny? Today I have all 3 books from the box of books that you gave us, that you loaned to us to Storytime. So, you know what? And we love you too. So don't even worry about it. So today I'm going to send extra love and light out to you the entire time. So right now we're going to breathe in and we're going to say some really positive words for ourselves, okay? Are you ready? Here we go. I am T, thoughtful. I am kind. I am loving. I am ready to read. Never say anything negative to yourself. Talk to yourselves as if someone were sending you a beautiful message, because we all know that the world is filled with enough negativity and junk food that we need to learn to talk to ourselves kindly. Speak to ourselves, excuse me. Speak to ourselves with kindness and peace and love, because the more that you do, the more love you'll have to send out to the world. Okay, are you ready for the books? I'm totally ready for the books. All right. Today's books are on loan from Lisa Marie Lambert Gussie. All right, so they're definitely books that I've never seen before, and I thought that they were really beautiful and interesting, right? Oh, I love that. I've got to check it out. AroundWellington.com. All positive news. Everybody should check it out. Oh, that's amazing. We're going to have you on Open Minded Mystics. That's tonight at 8 o'clock. So I love that, where we talk to adults about the same kind of messages. This is the place where I want to start with the kids when they're young and get them all like grounded and filled with love and flooding the world with love from a young age, so that this way they have the tools for when they get older and the world seems a little bit more difficult and challenging. No, if you have the tools and the power to get through that from a young age, we will all be better off. Trust me. Okay, here we go. First book is going to be a really great message, I think. It's by Ezra Jack Keats, called Whistle for Willie. Okay. Oh, how Peter wished he could whistle. I love the colors. He saw a boy playing with his dog. Whenever the boy whistled, the dog ran straight to him. Can you whistle? I can totally whistle. Peter tried and tried to whistle, but he couldn't. So instead he began to turn himself around and around. He whirled faster and faster. When he stopped, everything turned down and up and down and around and around. Peter was dizzy. Peter saw his dog Willie coming quick as a wink. He hid in an empty carton lying on the sidewalk. Wouldn't it be funny if I whistled, Peter thought. Willie would stop and look all around to see who it was. Peter tried again to whistle, but he couldn't whistle. Willie just walked on. Peter got out of the carton and started home. On the way, he took some colored chalks out of his pocket and drew a long line. Right up to his door, he stood there and tried to whistle again. He blew till his cheeks were tired, but nothing happened. He went into his house and put on his father's old hat to make himself feel more grown up. He looked into the mirror to practice whistling. Still no whistle. When his mother saw what he was doing, Peter pretended that he was his father. He said, "I've come home early today, dear. Is Peter here?" His mother answered, "Why, no, he's outside with Willie." "Well, I'll go out and look for them," said Peter. First he walked along a crack in the sidewalk. Then he tried to run away from his shadow. He jumped off his shadow, but when he landed, they were together again. He came to the corner where the carton was, and who should he see but Willie? Peter scrambled under the carton. He blew and he blew and he blew. Suddenly, out came a real whistle. Willie stopped and looked around to see who it was. "Hey, Dad, how are you?" My dad said congratulations to Pete. "It's me," Peter shouted and stood up. Willie raced straight to him. Peter ran home to show his father and mother what he could do. They loved Peter's whistling. So did Willie. See, don't give up. Peter's mother asked him and Willie to go on an errand to the grocery store. He whistled all the way there, and he whistled all the way home. Whistle for Willie. Have you ever whistled? Did you try to practice? Yeah, you should definitely not give up. You should definitely try to whistle. All right, let's see this one. Mama, do you love me? I love that it's an American Indian book by Barbara M. Juice, illustrated by Barbara Laval. I love that. Can't wait to see the artwork. The Native American Indians. They're amazing. Mama, do you love me? Yes, I do, dear one. How much? I love you more than the raven loves his treasure. More than the dog loves his tail. More than the whale loves his spout. How long? I'll love you until the umiak flies into the darkness, till the stars turn to fish in the sky, and the puffin howls at the moon. Look how beautiful. Mama, what if I carried our eggs, our tardiman eggs? I think that's how you say it. And I tried to be careful, and I tried to walk slowly, but it fell, and the eggs broke. Ooh. Well, then I would be sorry, but still, I would love you. What if I put salmon in your parka, ermine in your mittens, and lemmings in your mucklucks? Well, then I'd be angry. Can you imagine that? Finding some mackerel, is it mackerel? Ermine in your mittens. Oh, ermine in your mittens and salmon in your parka? Not good. What if I threw water? Well, then, dear one, I would be very angry. But still, I would love you. Interesting, isn't it, how sometimes children test our patience? What if I ran away? Then I would be worried. What if I stayed away and sang with the wolves? What if I slept in a cave? Well, then, dear one, I would be very sad. But still, I would love you. What if I turned into a musk ox? Well, then I would be surprised. What if I turned into a walrus? Well, then I would be surprised and a little scared. What if I turned into a polar bear and I was the meanest bear you ever saw? And I had sharp, shiny teeth, and I chased you into your tent and you cried. Well, then I would be very surprised and very scared. But still, inside the bear, you would be, and I would love you. I will love you forever and for always because you are my dear one. What a beautiful book, right? About unconditional love. And I love the artwork. And I love the fact that it's just something unique. And there's all the really cool, it's the Eskimos. Though often referred to as Eskimos, most native Arctic people call themselves Inuit, which means the people. Oh, there are many different Inuit nations, and each has its own language and traditions. Most Inuit live in the Arctic, the area around the North Pole. It is one of the coldest regions on Earth. During the winter, there are months when the sun doesn't shine in summer. There are months when the sun never sets. Greenland, northern Canada, parts of Russia, and Alaska are all part of the Arctic region. The Inuit in this story live in the northern part of Alaska, where they have lived for more than 9,000 years. Whoa, that's wild. There are no cities in this part of Alaska. In fact, there are even few roads. This book shows the way Inuit lived many years ago. Now, most Inuit live in a way that combines the old and the new. That's amazing. What an amazing book. Okay, are you ready for the third book? I'm so excited. This is another book on loan from Lisa. This is called The Boy on the Beach. The story and the pictures by Nikki Daly. It is hot, hot, hot. Hot as sun-melted tar in the beach parking lot. Stay close or you'll get lost, calls Mom to the boy on the beach. Oh, we lost my brother at the beach once. We found him. He was talking to a young girl on a blanket. Between bright umbrellas and tropical towels, they found their spot. Sandy toes, sun cream nose. Oh, camera, smile, click, and off he goes. Castle bashing, sea pool splashing. Wet, wet, wet surf crashing. Wedding mom who likes to take it slow, and dad who's waiting for the big one. Come and take my hand, says Mom. But the boy on the beach stands only ankle deep because there's just too much water out there. Come on, grab hands and you'll be all right when the big one comes, says Dad. Splash! Now that wasn't too bad, says Mom. One more time and I'll buy you a king-size twister with sprinkles on top, says Dad. But the boy on the beach says, no, and off he goes. Leaping and bumping. Kangaroo jumping, spraying sand wherever he goes. Hey, slow down. See him zip through the crowd like a high-speed boat, past surfers and sailboats and lazy sunbathers, zigzag around a smelly, shaking, shaggy dog. But there's no time to play a wild, seaweedy game. Look there. Perched high on a dune stands a lifeguard's lookout. Just the place on the beach for a boy to go. And below, in a hollow, lies an old boat waiting. Waiting for a captain who isn't afraid of sharks and storms and big ones that can knock a man right overboard. Help! 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 All around, sand dunes rise like monster waves, and the boy on the beach feels lost and alone. Mommy! Daddy! Here comes the lifeguard, as cool as a Coke and copper tan. What's up, kid? I want my mom and dad, cries the boy on the beach. Piggyback over the dunes along the crowded beach the boy goes, all the way to Lost and Found, where his mom and dad are waiting for him. There was a terrible storm. I fell out of my boat and I saw a shark. The waves were even bigger than the big one. Well, I'm glad you're safe, says Mom happily. Now, how about that king-size twister with sprinkles on top, says Dad. Cool, says the boy on the beach. And one for my lifeguard? My name's Bruce, but my friends call me Speedo. What's your name, kid? Asks Speedo. But the boy on the beach just can't stop looking. Tell him, says Mom. Go on, says Dad. A king-size twister with sprinkles on top is far too yummy for a boy to talk. So, with pointed toe in the soft wet sand, he begins to write. Look, Joe. The end. Well, at the end, at least he was found. He got his ice cream. But I will say, not a smart idea to leave your parents at the beach. No, because it can be really scary for the parents and for you, because being lost is not a good thing. I will tell you, I remember the panic that my mother felt and I felt when we thought we lost my brother forever. But then we found him, and then the panic seemed a little bit like much. But I'm glad we found him. I hope you enjoyed story time today. Let's see what time it is. Ooh, should we do a bonus book? I think we should. I think we definitely have time for a bonus book. Let's see what's in this bag from Christine Minch, Lisa's sister, and see if there's something that we can read today that would be a good one. The Rabbit's Adventure, another letter T. Here we go. By Betty Wren Wright, illustrated by Maggie Swanson. There was a fine young rabbit growing big and strong in the woods. He nibbled grass in the shade of the jack and the pulpit leaves, and sometimes in the cool bright night he danced in a field of wild orchids. It was his second springtime. I already love this book. The artwork is amazing. His mother told stories to him and his brothers and sisters. There is a rabbit, she said, who goes to every house in the springtime when the world is new and sparkling as it is now. This rabbit brings gifts of colored eggs, brighter than any robins, and candy sweeter than clover. Everyone loves him. She spoke with great pride. The young rabbit felt proud too as he listened. How brave this wonderful rabbit must be, he thought, to leave the shelter of the woods and hop right up to the door of a house where people live? Wow. I wonder if I could be that brave, he thought, and he kept on wondering while the marsh marigolds lifted their faces to the sun and he and all the other young animals grew bigger and stronger. Birds and squirrels, chipmunks and foxes, they all left their nests and burrows to explore their world. Look at the fox. Early one morning, when the dew still covered the grass, the fine young rabbit set out to see just how brave he was. He hopped through the woods and out onto a lawn that surrounded a house. "I don't have any eggs or candy to give," he said, "but at least I could find out how brave I am. I will hop right up to the door of this house and touch it with my nose." That was absolutely the bravest thing he could think of. One hop, two hops, the young rabbit was close to the house. He heard a gasp of delight, and he looked up to see the boy and girl watching from a window. "Look," the girl said, "the Easter Bunny. I told you we'd seen him if we got up early." Even though he knew it wasn't true, the young rabbit couldn't help but being pleased. 3 hops, 4 hops, on he went. Just as he was going to jump up onto the porch, the door opened wide, and a tall man came out. He bent to pick up a paper lying on the step, and as he bent, a great furry dog ran between his legs, nearly knocking him over. Uh-oh. Ruff, ruff. The dog's bark seemed as loud as thunder. The young rabbit leaped high into the air and came down running. He fairly flew across the grass. The big dog raced after him, and the rabbit could hear the man shouting and the children calling out, "Oh my gosh." Into the woods he went, over logs, through underbrush, with the dog close behind him. Then, just as it seemed he could not run any more, he saw a small hole in the base of an oak tree, and he leapt into it. Oh boy. That poor bunny. "Safe," he panted. "Oh, I'm safe." But his heart beat very hard, and he trembled terribly. Long after the big dog gave up and went home, oh, it was the most frightening thing that had ever happened to the young rabbit. He had been in great danger. He had not touched the door of the house with his nose. Worst of all, he knew in his heart that he would never be brave enough to try it again. He felt very small and very lonely, as if all the great brave rabbits of the world had hopped by and left him behind. Finally, when the sun was high, the young rabbit came out of the hole, peering first to the right and then to the left. Through the woods he went, his heart so heavy that he could not feel the sun. The violets nodded at him, but he didn't see them, and the breeze, unnoticed, playfully ruffled his fur. Suddenly, he began to tremble again, for he heard voices ahead. Then he realized that in his sadness, he had wandered very close to the house where the children lived with the big furry dog. He crouched under a lilac bush at the edge of the lawn and listened. "Please don't feel bad," said the tall man. "Enjoy the candy and the eggs the Easter Bunny brought you. Enjoy the beautiful day." But the boy and the girl were crying. "Tinker chased the Easter Bunny away," sobbed the little girl. "He hurt the Easter Bunny." "No, no," said the man. "I'm sure the bunny got away. He was a very fast runner." The young rabbit felt better in spite of himself. He had run faster than the big furry dog. That was something. "Poor bunny," cried the little girl. The boy said, "I'll bet he'll never come back." And the tall man looked from one to the other, clearly wondering what he should do. The young rabbit sat very still. "If I could only show them I'm all right," he thought. But somewhere, very close by, was the big, furry, mean dog. The rabbit shook with fear at the thought of meeting him again. Then the gentle spring breeze blew stronger, lifting his fur and stirring the new green leaves around him. The rabbit remembered what it had felt like to almost do the bravest thing he could think of. Suddenly it seemed to him that the woods were full of voices, and all of them were saying, "Go, go, go." Before he knew it, he had hopped out from under the lilac bush. 1 hop, 2 hops, then more. In full sight of the children and the man, he hopped along the edge of the lawn. "Look!" shouted the boy. "There he is!" "He's all right!" exclaimed the little girl. "Oh, I'm glad." "Told you so," said the man. He sounded glad too. All around the edge of the lawn the brave young rabbit hopped. He was very frightened, but he didn't stop. At last, when the big dog appeared around the corner of the house, the rabbit turned quickly into the bushes and ran away very fast, with the laughter of the children in his ears. He ran and he ran until he reached his home burrow, where his mother was once more telling their favorite story to his brothers and sisters. "There is a rabbit who visits every house in the springtime," she said, "and everyone loves him." I know, the fine young rabbit whispered to himself. Then he nestled very close to his mother's side to hear the rest of the story. Ta-da! That was a great story. I love it. That was amazing. So today was awesome. As a first Monday back, we had a bonus book. We had an amazing story time. Great stories. Love them all. Thank you, Lisa. We're going to continue to send you love and light for your family, especially your daughter in the hospital. And now we're going to go out just like we always do, with a hug. So place your right hand on your left shoulder and your left hand on your right. Give yourself a squeeze, a hug from me so tight, and know that everything's going to be all right. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow when the letter is U for universe, unicorn. Let's see what else we can come up with tomorrow. Ready? Here we go. I am joy. I am peace. I am love. I am totally content. Thank you so much for being here today and every day, and I will see you tomorrow morning. All right? Bye, everybody.